Picture this. It is Wednesday night, and you are sitting at your kitchen table staring at your bank account showing $412. Your rent is due Friday. Your car insurance comes out Thursday. And you got paid just 7 days ago. You did not go on vacation. You did not splurge on anything. You just lived your life. Groceries, gas, utilities, and everything is already gone. Right now, in July 2026, 54% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. That is more than half the country. 170 million people waking up every single morning with the same quiet anxiety. And today we are going to talk about why. 34% of U.S. adults, roughly 88 million people, describe their financial situation right now as either struggling or in crisis. That number was 22% in 2021. In just 5 years, it jumped by 55%, and it is still climbing. Gen X adults, people in their 40s and 50s who should be in their peak earning years, saw their struggling rate jump from 27% to 41% in 5 years. Women, Gen X, and people carrying debt have all seen their struggling rates explode. These are not recession numbers, these are happening right now. These are numbers from right now, in an economy that the headlines keep telling us is growing. The Consumer Price Index rose 3.8% over 12 months, ending April 2026, the largest annual increase since May 2023. 36% of Americans say just providing food for their family is a challenge in 2026, up from 30% in 2021. Housing, groceries, energy, and healthcare have all gone up far more than the headline inflation number tells you. Credit card balances alone climbed above $1.25 trillion, a record high for the United States. The average credit card interest rate right now is over 21% annually, and millions of Americans are trapped inside it. When something unexpected happens, a car repair, a medical bill, an appliance that breaks, the credit card becomes the only emergency fund, which means more debt, more minimum payments, less money left from your next paycheck. The cycle feeds itself every single month. Employers expect health benefit costs per employee to jump by more than 6% in 2026, the largest increase in over a decade. Fewer than half of Americans, only 49%, say they can currently afford the health care and medications they need. Medical debt is one of the leading causes of personal bankruptcy in the United States, and that reality is not changing in 2026. Living paycheck to paycheck is not a character flaw. Financial education was never taught in most American schools, and that is not your fault. The entire consumer economy is engineered to get you to spend every dollar you have, and then borrow more. The first and most important step is knowing your exact numbers. Not a rough estimate, not a mental guess, but exactly where every single dollar is going. Studies show the number of Americans who follow a monthly budget grew from 39% in 2021 to 47% in 2026, and budgeting works. The second step is building a starter emergency fund, $1,000 set aside in a separate account that you never touch except for a genuine emergency. When your car breaks down and you have $1,000 in savings, you fix it with cash instead of adding it to your credit card balance. That single shift changes everything. The third step is attacking your smallest debt first. Throw every extra dollar at it. And when it is gone, roll that payment into the next one. Pay minimum payments on everything else. Throw every extra dollar at the smallest debt. And when it is gone, roll that payment into the next one. Every debt you eliminate is one less minimum payment coming out of your check next month. More breathing room, more ability to save, less dependence on the next paycheck. This method has helped millions of Americans escape the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle because it creates momentum. And in personal finance, momentum is everything. Breaking the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle is not a hack. It is not a trick. It is a series of deliberate decisions made consistently over time. 74% of Americans believe they will be better off financially 5 years from now, and that optimism is grounded in real possibility. You are watching this video right now, which means you are already doing something about it. The next step is simple. Write down your income. Write down your expenses. Find $1 you can save today, and then find another one tomorrow. Because the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle does not break in one dramatic moment. It breaks in 100 small ones, made by someone who decided this month was going to be different. The paycheck-to-paycheck cycle can be broken, but only when you have the right information and a real plan to follow consistently. When people have the right information and a real plan, financial situations can and absolutely do change. The data proves it. Every single day you make a better financial decision is one day closer to breaking the cycle. Consistency is the only thing that matters. It starts with $1 saved today. Not 1,000, not 100, just one deliberate dollar put somewhere safe. 3 steps. Know your numbers, build your emergency fund, attack your smallest debt first, and do not stop until all 3 are done. Debt is an anchor, and every extra dollar you throw at it is another pull on that rope bringing you closer to the surface. Progress does not have to be dramatic to be real. Every small financial win compounds into something much bigger over time. The difference between living paycheck to paycheck and financial stability is not income. It is a plan executed consistently every single month. When a family breaks the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, it does not just change their bank account. It changes the entire emotional atmosphere of their home. The key to financial freedom is not a secret. It is a plan, executed one deliberate decision at a time, starting today. 54% of Americans are living this reality right now. But that number does not have to include you anymore. You already took the first step by watching this video. Now the only question is what you are going to do differently starting today. Start with $1 saved today. Not next week. Not next month. Not when things get easier today. Because the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle does not break in one dramatic moment. It breaks in 100 small deliberate ones made by someone who decided enough was enough. And for those who decide that this month will be different from the last, that clock has already started.